Hey, what's up, everybody? It's just Charles, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamerspro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and when we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And boy, oh boy, this is going to be one of them episodes, and people are going to be knuckling up in the comment section, so you don't want to miss this. Make sure you go and like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Now, this topic is easily one of the most divisive topics that we always produce on our channel that gets people riled up and gets people all in their feelings. Whenever we produce these type of videos, man, just be ready to see some heated conversations in the comment section. And personally, we love it. I'll say at Dreamerspro, we love it because that's what sports is all about. Sports is supposed to bring out the passion in people, and people are supposed to be able to debate, obviously in a respectful way. We don't go for the cursing and all of that. We don't do that. But I think it's great because people get to argue their points and you get to hear opposing views. As all of you know by now, I'm sure as a majority of you are already aware, I think Michael Jordan is the GOAT, and I don't really think it's a big discussion, right? I think Michael Jordan is the GOAT, and I think that MJ being compared to LeBron, in my personal opinion, I think it's just totally laughable. I think it's laughable. I think if I don't think it's close whatsoever, and I think when you scrutinize the data and the facts closely, you see that this thing isn't close. But nevertheless, it seems to be, there seem to be some people out there that try to make arguments for this, for LeBron. And to me, I think what usually ends up, I think the only way that you can make an argument for LeBron being better than Michael Jordan is you have to base your arguments off of hypotheticals and fantasies. You need to start making things up in order to create a debate or to create an argument against Jordan. It was one of the reasons why Chris Broussard just probably a week ago was on First Things First, and he totally annihilated Nick Wright when Nick Wright was out there trying to talk that nonsense because Chris Broussard is like, you're bringing emotions to a fact fight. You're just making up things. You're making up hypothetical scenarios that didn't happen. Nick Wright's like, what if this happened? And if this happened? It's like, those things you're talking about didn't happen. Can we talk about what actually happened? Can we actually deal in reality? And usually that is what happens. You just have to start making things up to make an argument. And that's why I think the whole thing is a sham, and I think is quite laughable. And yesterday, one of the biggest LeBron James supporters, N.J. Williams, was on ESPN First Take It, because y'all remember the Lakers lost to the Houston Rockets and LeBron passed up a shot at the rim to, basically win the game, and he passed it off to Carmelo Anthony, making the correct basketball play. And Jay Williams was just basically like, listen, man, now I can, it's hard to defend LeBron and to call him the GOAT when he does things like this, and I see why people say he's not the GOAT. And yesterday, Stephen A. Smith essentially took the opportunity to shut down this entire comparison and just put a nail in the coffin. So for those of you who missed some of the comments that Stephen A. Smith had to make about this comparison, take a listen to what Stephen A. Smith had to say about this whole LeBron and Michael Jordan debate. Take a listen to that there.
LeBron James has the ball in his hands. You don't need a 3. You don't need a 2. All you need is one free throw. That's it. That's it. All you have to do is get fouled or go in for the layup. And you were deferential. And see, this is the point that I'm trying to make to you. What I will remind you is LeBron has hit his fair share of clutch shots. He clearly is not scared of, he's not scared of the moment. He has the ball in his hands. He ain't panicking or nothing. But what I'm saying to you is that LeBron James last night is the LeBron James you saw for the first 8-9 years of his career. That's what people point to when they talk about the GOAT conversation, because you're comparing resumes, not numbers. Resumes as it pertains to moments, resume as it pertains to courage, resume as it pertains to y'all move the hell out the way. I got this. That's what you're looking for from LeBron. And there is nobody in basketball, I don't even believe LeBron James is sitting wherever he's sitting this morning thinking he should have made that pass to Carmelo Anthony. He knows good and damn well, I should have finished it. I should have closed the deal. But that hesitancy is what people look at only when they're talking about the GOAT. It's not questioning his greatness. It's not questioning how phenomenal he is or anything like that. But when it comes to the GOAT conversation, you're talking about those moments where you say to other people, move the hell out the way. Let me close this for you so we could go to hell home. That's not what he did last night. And that's the bottom line.
The only people that don't seem to get this is LeBron James fans. Listen, guys. Listen, guys. Let's huddle up. Like, come on. Listen. This thing isn't close. I'm sorry to break it to you. Jordan was more clutch. Hence the reason he had more game winners. When you listen to the Nick Wrights of the world and the Shannon Sharps of the world talking about LeBron is more, he's not more. They're talking about shots that he hit in the playoffs because LeBron has been in more playoff games. He's been in a lot more close games, so therefore he's had more opportunities. Jordan was never, Jordan when he got to the finals never even made it to a game 7. He was knocking out his opponents way earlier than that. So that's the first thing. And then if we're going to get into this thing here, let's just take it a step further. Jordan, listen. Michael Jordan is easily the more superior offensive and defensive player. This is not up for discussion, guys. This is not a debate item. It's not. The facts say so. Jordan has 10 scoring championships that LeBron's won. This is not, there's no back and forth about this. There's no point of arguing. Like, oh, well, maybe. No, there's not. Jordan has the highest regular season scoring average and the highest playoff average. There's no art. There's a mute point. The only reason LeBron is scoring so many points because he's playing longer. But if you look at these two players in a vacuum, Jordan is the far more superior offense, and defensively, it's not even close. Jordan's made 9 All-First defensive teams, and he has a Defensive Player of the Year, and he's led the league in steals 3 times. What are we discussing? LeBron is the more gifted passer, and he's a slightly better playmaker, but Michael Jordan is clearly the better leader. He wasn't a passive-aggressive leader. Jordan was one of these people that if he says, listen, you have something on your face, I'm going to tell you. Right? He's not a passive, like Jordan would tell you immediately in that moment, and he would handle things in the moment. So Jordan to me is the better leader. Obviously, like when you see, you guys are going to make me annihilate you in this video, and I got to do it because people still feel. Somebody told me, how can you say it's not even close? I'm saying it's not even close. Jordan has had 2 separate three-peats. 2. The only other group of players to have a three-peat is Shaq and Kobe, and that was in the 2000s. How many three-peats have there been in the NBA? LeBron hasn't even been a part of 1 three-peat. That's another thing. And finally, Jordan won more with less help. People don't even discuss that point. LeBron has had the most help of any NBA superstar in the history of the sport and has underachieved with all of that help. Some people are like, what? It's the truth. If you look at the total combined of all-star appearances that LeBron has had to play with over the course of his career, it's laughable. The distance between that and what Michael Jordan has had as far as help. LeBron James has played with 4 top 75 players. Jordan has played with 2, and he has 6 championships. How is that possible? How do you make sense out of all of this? And they face virtually the same amount of competition in the NBA Finals. LeBron has faced 8 top 75 players, and Jordan has faced 7, but Jordan has only played with 2, and LeBron has played with 4. So so when people try to make this, I don't really, you guys are just typing nonsense in the comment section. And I'm glad that Stephen A. Smith said this. This thing is not a debate, guys. I've already destroyed this debate so many times. Like, it's so easy to win. It's not a thing like, okay, let's sit down, let's huddle up, let's get some cameras on, let's go back and forth. There's nothing to debate here. There's nothing to debate here. And to me, I think there's no argument. And I'm glad that Stephen A. Smith pointed, that's just one thing he said. Just one. So to me, I think it's laughable when you try to compare these two. And I think I know it, you know it, Stephen A. Smith knows it, LeBron, everybody knows it. Like, come on, cut it out. So these are my thoughts and opinions on this. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below. And we'll definitely catch you guys on the next episode. Peace.